Lincoln Regular Basketball on WLCN 96.3 and streaming live at WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Corey Leonard, AAA Window Siding and Doors, The Carpet House, Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Lincoln IGA, Fifth Street Food Mart, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, the Lincoln Park District, Rick Ham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln College, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, St. Clara's Manor, Eaton Corporation, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, Headline Salon LLC, Citizens to elect Kevin Bateman for Lincoln Mayor, Family Custom Cleaners, Laundry, Tanning and U-Haul, Denise Costello Salon at 416 Holly Drive, Gary's Drywall, Finishing, Painting and Power Washing, Connect Construction, Lincoln Dare, AG Farms, and by Stuffteria Pizza.
Tonight on our senior night at Lincoln Community High School, we would like to recognize our seniors and their parents for their support of Railsplitters basketball throughout their high school careers. We will recognize members of the net band, the dance team, our cheerleaders, and members of the basketball program. We will begin with our first group of the evening, recognizing the Lincoln Community High School pep band. A four-year member of the band, Elizabeth Burris, and her parents, Jeremy and Beth Barrow. Four-year member of the band, Heather Hydrator, and parents, Mark and Jennifer Hydrator. Four-year member of the band, Catherine Hayes, and parents, Rob and Debbie Hayes. Four-year member of the band, Isabel Robbins, and parents, Christopher Robbins and Michael and Nicole Stonecipher. Four years in the band, Anna Seeloff, and parents Don and Jan Seeloff. One year on the dance team and band, all 4 years, Claire Conradi, and parents Mike and Pam Conradi. Dance team member for 2 years, Alexandria Lanning, and parents David and Kristen Lanning. Dance team for 4 years, Brianna Lanning, and parents Gordon and Dawn Lanning. One-year member of the dance team, Megan Snodgrass, and parents Steve and Paula Snodgrass. Both 4-year members of the cheer squad, Haley Allen and Madeline Allen, and parents Jim and Natalie Allen. A cheerleader for 2 years, Danielle Burgrave, and parents Michelle Lamont, Nick and Karen Burgrave. 3 years, Brooklyn Elsas and parents Jeff and Marcia Elsas. Cheerleader for 4 years, Grace Konchek and parents Joseph and Jennifer Konchek. Cheerleader for 4 years, Emma O'Donoghue and parents Josh and Laura O'Donoghue. A cheerleader for 1 year, Jocelyn Owens, parents Steve and Debbie Owens. A cheerleader all 4 years, Ryan Rolfs and parents Kristen Knolenberg and Mike Rolfs. One-year cheerleader, Caitlin Tutter and parents Samantha Gandolfi and Ben Tutter. And now we move on to members of the boys basketball program. A 4-year boys basketball manager, 4 years in the band, Graham Hill, parents Lauren and Sherry Hill. Boys basketball manager for 2 years, Aiden Sanborn and parents Michael and Alex Sanborn. A 4-year member of the regular basketball program, Nolan Hollinger and parents Kurt and Lane Hollinger. Member of the basketball program, Bryson Kirby, and parents Scott and Tammy Kirby. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our support for these fine young men and women as well as our thanks and appreciation to their parents. Parents, thank you for sharing our children with us for the last 4 years. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And know that you will always be a member of the ladies basketball
You can only have a great senior night when we've got at least one more point than they do.
It'll be Grunder and Fairley jumping center. Southeast controls moving right to left as we start the first quarter. As always, every game this season, we thank you for joining us here on 96.3 FM. Murdix up top to Walton. Swing it down in the corner. Murdix gets it back high to Williams.
Yeah, if you remember, Travion Williams, not a good game against the Railers the last time. Really saddled with foul trouble, and it didn't bother them that night, but he's an all-conference guard and has been a starter for 4 years.
Again, we know Southeast can be very methodical with their offensive sets, and they try to dump it down low. Nice catch by Fairley, and Grunder's going to get whistled for the foul as he hammered Fairley as he tried to go up for the shot. Grunder's first. Southeast will go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, tough pass, really thrown from almost half court all the way underneath the basket on a lob to Fairley, and the Railer backs underneath Grunder and Bowers have got to be aware and try to get a hand on it. That was just too easy for Fairley to get underneath.
First free throw rattles in and out.
I think if you remember, Fairley shot the ball from the free throw line very well last time at the game, and we commented early in the game about how bad he was as a free throw shooter. 53%. He was 8 of 9 that night when the Railers fell 47-31.
Second one on the way. That one will go down, so right about his average. Railers their first possession.
You'll see a run and jump, full court press, man-to-man, in your face with pressure, and Titus already found a little bit of that, got trapped but was able to get out of it.
And the thing is, the familiarity, it's nothing you don't expect. You know what they're going to do. You just have to execute.
Yep, you got to execute. You got to handle the basketball. You got to be strong with the ball and want to handle the ball. The Railers have got to get to the basket.
Cannon between the circle to Grunder. Minute gone by. One single free throw up. Grunder with a nice slip over on the Bowers is up and in.
You know, that's been something that coaches have put in this year. Just a little pick and roll out of the motion offense, and has worked well. That time a screen by Grunder, the roll by Grunder, and a nice bounce pass from Bowers to get the Railers on the scoreboard.
Minute and a half in, Railers with a 2-1 advantage. You also wonder if maybe Coach Thomas will be a little bit more patient in this first quarter with offense to try and take any of the buzz out of this gym, to kind of take the crowd out of it early.
Right, yeah, and he's been here before, been here many times. That being,
Fairley drove in, shot it over everything, went down hard. No call on the contact. Railers come down with it, Titus into the front court. Bowers gets by Fairley. Slips it over to Grunder. Grunder on the far side working against Williams. Then's going to drive in. Looks like he almost traveled. He got away with it. Isaiah's open 3 on the way. Is up. Didn't go down. Rebound to Southeast.
Yeah, that's a good look, too. The Rails got an excellent three-point look there by Bowers.
Outside the three-point line, Mark Johnson up for his first 3 of the night. It's up and good. Mark
Johnson comes into the game averaging 8 points per game. One of their better three-point shooters for the Spartans.
Bounce pass, track down. Nice save by Hollinger near the timeline. Grunder out to Cannon. Bryson. And one of the things as quick as Southeast is, Coach has talked about it for years. It's just something the Railers cannot duplicate in practice.
Boy, and Kirby will have a tough test to get any kind of shot off against these guys. Not to mention, do they know he's a shooter, but they're very good defensively and very fast.
5 minutes to go. Quick moving first quarter. Railers trail 4-2. Grunder on the far wing. Back on top to Cannon. Now timeline to Bowers. Right wing to Hollinger. Nolan's going to drive to the baseline. Lobs it over to Grunder. Open left side 3. That's going to rattle off no good. Rebound again to Murdix for the Spartans.
And yeah, those are the shots where you get any kind of open shot against the Spartans. And right now, again, Fairley got it down in the short porch and was able to get right to the basket and well over the rim on the finish there by Fairley. But the Railers are going to win this game. They've got to knock down the open 3.
Foul on Johnson as he was a little too close to the Railer ball handler or ball carrier. Well, the way Isaiah's been taking the ball to the basket, it's almost like he's been a ball carrier.
Yeah, he's been getting to the basket pretty well and pretty hard, and he's going to have to do it. Him and Grunder are definitely going to have to do it tonight.
Screen for Bryson, long 3, back rim, no. Tracked down again by the Spartans. Well, the rebounding battle is all Southeast right now.
Yeah, the Railers not connecting on shots, and when you don't do that, that gives them early and often rebounding opportunities, and that gives them a chance to get them out in the break.
Walton drags the pivot foot on the far end, so a turnover gives it back to Lincoln. 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Southeast up 6-2. Titus, watched by Murdix, picked up his dribble, back out now, swinging around to Grunder. Down low, Isaiah missed the easy one. Well, the Railers have had good looks, just haven't gone down. And against this team, you can't pass on those chances.
No, you've got to convert. You know, you got to make the plays, especially the easy ones.
Stepped out of bounds by Bryson Kirby. Nolan Hollinger will check out. Drew Bacon will check in, the 6'5 junior. Railers and Southeast both with 18 wins on the season. So a good way to round out the regular season. Two pretty even teams. Underneath, quick pass to Fairley, who had it blocked, and then a foul is going to be whistled on either Isaiah or Drew. One of them got the block. I think they get the foul on the other one.
Yeah, I think they're giving, looks like they're going to give it to Bacon.
Second on the team, first on Drew. And Fairley is heading back to the line for his third and fourth free throw of the night. First one on the way is up and good.
Well, he's been excellent. He's already now 2 of 3 from the line, and we just talked about he's 53%. 50, I'll give him 54, 53.5. 54% free throw shooter in the season, and he's been excellent so far. There's one off.
Missed it, so he split his first 4. Railers with 3.5 to go in the first quarter, down 7-2. Grunder into the front court, now back to Cannon. Cannon watched by Murdix. Right side to Grunder. Grunder looking on the high post. Isaiah gets a screen between the circles. Now they've switched Murdix on him. Kirby hands to Cannon. Titus is going to go down the lane, flips it up with the left hand, and the layup will go.
Yeah, nice drive by Cannon, and he loved the finish with the left hand. Got it around Fairley. He's an excellent shot blocker at 6'5" and can really get off the floor. So good job by Cannon using that left hand.
Inside, bounce over to Fairley again, off the glass and good. And if the Railers are going to hang in this one, they're going to have to stop him some way.
Yeah, way too easy getting it down to Fairley. How many times have they gotten it to him now already? 4 or 5 times, a couple times now to the free throw line, and a couple finishes around the rim. If he's going to do that, it's going to be a long night for our defense.
Foul in the backcourt is whistled on Murdix, his first, team second. 2:50 to go, Southeast with a 9-4 advantage, and almost turned over, knocked out of bounds by Johnson as Titus. The Railers, Josh, have to be really careful about where they get. The sideline tonight is not their friend.
Well, when you start to feel pressure against this team, there's probably another piece of pressure coming right at you when they run and jump. Very good defense. You've got to be strong with the ball, and you got to be willing to get to the basket.
Titus had it swatted out of his hands, but again, Titus trying to take it up along the left side. It'll stay with the Railers. 2.5 to go. Bryson Kirby will inbound. Left side of the basket on the baseline. Kirby, here comes the lob play. It's covered up, so he kicks it out to Cannon. Cannon over to Grunder. Cannon and Grunder, the only 2 baskets for Lincoln here in the first quarter. Isaiah back to Bryson. Now over to Cannon. Cannon watched by Johnson. Boy, it looks like he could probably take him if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think Ben, he's got to. He's got to be
Titus. Bounce over to Drew off the glass and in.
Yeah, Coach talked about in the postgame the Railers are not good passers off the dribble. That time, Cannon with an excellent pass. Drive right down the middle of the lane. Drew's man came over to help. Nice little bounce pass right to Drew. Drew ready to go up in 2 points.
And lost out of bounds. Drew had a little contact down low as he bumped Walton, and it went out of bounds, and the official says just off of Walton. So it'll be back to the Railers. Titus Cannon checks out. Tate Sloan in for the Railers. And you may see Sloan and Cannon get a lot more rotation because they're both going to get exhausted handling the ball against this pressure.
Well, you're right, and now Tate's got to be aware of
down the lane. Isaiah with a strong move off the glass is a good.
Yeah, nice pass by Grunder. You saw him cutting right down the middle of the lane. Grunder saw him, and even Isaiah gave the little hand like, hey, I'm open, pass me the ball. And saw junior to junior with the nice layup connection.
90 seconds left in the first quarter. Lincoln's cut it to 1. It's 9-8 Southeast.
Well, they're really looking to get it into Fairley. He's doing an excellent job of posting up down low.
Move underneath. to Fairley, who goes up for the dunk.
Again, they're penetrating past our guards, and especially on the baseline. Our backs are getting beat by their guards, and then they can dump it off to a guy that can really finish around the hoop.
Sloan works it in the front court. Now over to Grunder on the near side. We're at a minute. 1 minute left in the first. Grunder in the lane. Dumped it down to Drew with the reverse layup, and he missed it. Tried to get his own rebound, but Fairley grabs it away. Southeast quickly down into the front court. Walton swinging around to Murdix. Now over to Johnson on the left side. Skips it across to Walton. Murdix. 45 seconds to go. Railers down 11-8 first quarter. There's Fairley again. Now back out to Murdix.
Yeah, you got to make somebody else beat you right now. They're really going to Fairley.
Swatted away. Nice job by Isaiah. Fairley tried to drive baseline.
He got lucky is what happened. He swatted it away, but he was beat baseline for an easy shot or pass. And we just got lucky they didn't call a foul on Isaiah for reaching.
20 seconds. Railers down 3, 11-8 first quarter. Bryson now hands to Sloan. Right wing to Grunder. We're down to 10. Ben on top to Isaiah. Isaiah back out to Bryson. Bryson's going to drive and kick it out to Tate. Tate will pull up 3 on the way. Missed it badly. Rebound comes down to Southeast. Half-court shot will not count. Little too late. Into 1. Southeast up. It's Southeast 11, Lincoln 8. Back for the second quarter in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Along with Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby handling video duties tonight. Paula Kodat back at the studio. Jeff Benjamin with you. Lincoln with the basketball starting the second quarter. They trail 11-8. Cannon, Grunder, Bowers, Bacon, Kirby on the floor for the Railers. Grunder with a strong move, and a hold's going to be whistled. And I think they get Walton on that one. That'll be his first, third on the team. And Josh, it just doesn't seem right. The only 2 seniors the Railers have are the ones that haven't scored.
Right, yeah. And we need Kirby especially to get on the board. He can usually open up the offense a little bit from deep, and that will only allow us to get to the basket a few more times if he can get a couple threes to go down. So, but it's going to be hard, tough sledding for him. He's going to have to really get a good screen from his teammates.
Bacon at the high post. Nice back cut to Isaiah. Didn't have a clean look, so he brings it back out. Now dribbles in the lane. Stuck in the lane. Back out to Bryson from the volleyball line. Left it way short. Ball on the floor. Nobody went to get it. Southeast comes out of there with it. Johnson barrels over Bryson, and a blocking foul is called on Kirby. That'll be the first on Bryson. Third on the team, and Southeast will be going to the line. Well, I thought Bryson was close to being set, but the frustrating thing about that is the rebound came all the way out past the three-point line, and a couple Railers just sat and watched it.
Yeah, and let Southeast run and go get it. So, yeah, that was the that was the tough part, is we could have had that offensive rebound, which now leads to a foul by Kirby and free throws, which Johnson gets the first one to go.
Johnson now with 4. Leading scorer in the game is the sophomore Anthony Fairley with 8. Seven, 17 to go. Second one on the way. That'll bounce off. No. Isaiah the rebound. Railers with no threes here tonight so far. Hopefully that will change. And we're going to need some from Bryson if possible, but Bryson's not going to have many clean looks, if any, tonight. Cannon trying to get a screen from Grunder. Now Grunder will step away. Titus drives in the lane. Little contact. Shot no good. Ball loose. Kicked around. Picked up by Southeast. Walton with the dribble. Quick into the front court. Headed off by Isaiah. Almost a steal. Try to dump it in. Johnson back out right side. 3 on the way is up and good for Kobe Medley.
Yeah, Medley's another guy that can shoot. They've really got a nice just nucleus of weapons that Coach Thomas can use. They got shooters, they got guys that can handle the ball, they got Fairley underneath who can clean up the boards and score around the basket. This is a sectional champion type caliber team. I mean, they've got the ingredients to be able to do that.
15-8. Isaiah pulls up from 17. Front of the rim, no. Again, rebounds all Southeast. Walton on the right side. Jumper on the way. Spun in and out. But a foul is called on the Railers, and Medley will go to the line shooting 3. Foul on Bryson. That's his second. 4th on the team. Medley go to the line for 3. And Josh, when our stats update, what's the rebounding total so far?
So far now 7-4 Southeast.
Medley's first free throw up and good. Medley, the 6-foot junior. .601 left in the first half. Second one, that's off, no good. Kirby will check out, Hullinger back in. Bryson taking a seat with those 2 fouls. It'll be interesting to see what their defensive dynamic is going to be because they've been so concerned with trying to find Bryson and follow him around.
Yeah, you're right. Now with Kirby taking a break, and he normally doesn't come off the floor. I mean, he's well conditioned, usually plays the whole game, but when you play against the pressure of Southeast and then you add on top of that having to play defense against these guys, you can wear down pretty quickly.
Grunder goes in, count the basket, and he's fouled. Good job by Ben. Took it right about near the top of the key, put his head down, a couple dribbles, off the glass, basket is good. Foul on Travion Williams, his first, 4th on the team. Grunder with 4 on the night. Free throw on the way, rattles in, back out, back in.
Roll, yes, roll.
17-11. Railers have cut it back to 6. Walton quickly into the front court, and it's lost out of bounds. Just Medley pats his chest, says that one's on me, and right in front of the student section, turnover, gives it back to the Railers.
Yeah, another chance for the Railers to get some points back on the board here, and we've got to take advantage of those.
Titus has picked up his dribble in a bad spot, but Isaiah comes to help him out, gets into the front court. Back out now to Hullinger. Hullinger working around right side, and a hold is going to be whistled on Southeast Walton as he and Hullinger were battling, and the official on the far side said that Walton was holding Nolan, trying to get through and set some screens.
Yeah, 2 on him now, so they're going to bring Johnson back in for Walton, who takes the bench with 2. 5 team fouls now on Southeast. It'd be great if the Railers could get these guys in the bonus by about the 4-minute mark and then really start to attack the basket and maybe get some free points from the free throw line.
17-11, Railers down 6, 5:15 to go in the first half. Isaiah's going to drive down the lane, put up the little floater high off the glass, no good. Isaiah tried to go grab it, ball loose, picked up by Murdoch. Murdoch, 1 on 3, takes it in strong off the glass, and it won't go down. Ball loose, kicked around, going to be tracked down by Johnson for the Spartans. Inside to Johnson, a little push, won't go down, but a foul is going to be whistled, I think, on Titus as Johnson just put up a shot. Boy, it looked like he was shooting, but they didn't give it to him.
No.
Titus picks up the foul. That'll be his first, 5th on the team. Inside, back out, work it around to Murdoch, top of the key. Driving baseline, they tried to kick it over to Fairley, but Grunder was there to slide down to the baseline and get the steal.
Another good defensive effort here for the Railers. Cannon to the basket and good. So a nice drive by Cannon, really coast to coast. Again, Titus finishes with the left, and a big spark there for the Railers as Titus is able to get all the way to the basket.
Little floater by Williams is no good, and Lincoln comes out with the rebound. 4:20 to go. Railers are back down only 4, 17-13. Again, the Railers hanging in this one with no made threes. And then again, Southeast has a 4-point lead, and their 2 top scorers, Walton and Williams, haven't scored yet.
Yeah, it's been a lot of.
Isaiah couldn't go down. Isaiah with a strong drive, and it looks like he's going to go to the line shooting 2.
That's Fairley. Is that his first? Be nice if it was about his 4th.
Isaiah, the 6'1 junior. First free throw on the way is up and good.
So the 16th foul now, Jeff, and one more, of course, the Railers will be in the bonus. We're right at about that 4-minute mark, which would be Be great anytime we can step to the line. The Railers have improved a bunch from the start of the season to now with their free throw percentage as Bowers gets the second to go.
Railers have run off 7 in a row. Cut it to 2. Down the lane, they dump it over. Shot was partially rejected by Bacon. And now the Railers have numbers if they hurry. Grunder will slow it back up on the near sideline. Now he switches, takes it to the lane and up and in.
Yeah, a block by Bacon on one end, and then he recovered it, and then he was able to get it away to Cannon. Cannon found a open Grunder, and Grunder maneuvered his way. Wow, bullet pass right at his feet.
Tied at 17, and another turnover by Southeast. And boy, you know, sometimes turnovers are the guy that can't catch it. And when you get a pass like that, it's hard to catch.
You couldn't have caught that with pine tar on your hands.
Timeout taken by Southeast. We'll take it with them. 3:25 to go in the first half. We are tied at 17. Back in a moment with Lincoln Railer basketball. Things can change quickly here in the Central State 8 and at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Early in the second quarter, Railers were down 17-8, but a 9-0 run has tied this game at 17. And Josh, the Railers have certainly done the job, because you take a look with 3:25 to go in the half. Here in this quarter, Southeast, their only basket has been a 3. They haven't allowed anything inside, which was where they were really getting hammered in the first quarter.
Concentrated a little more on Fairley and keeping the ball away from him, and it has helped the Railers get back on this backtrack to tie it up now. You know, it's been the defense that's gotten us there, because they've been able to hold Southeast on that end, and then some nice movement for the Railers getting to the hoop.
Underneath, Isaiah stuck under the basket, takes a dribble to clear himself, lay it up, off, no good.
I don't think he quite had the great control of the ball when he first caught it, but after that, I thought Bowers could have just went up. A little too worried about Fairley on the block shot. Fairley's got one foul.
A little bump on the baseline drive. That one's going to be whistled against Drew Bacon. For Bacon, that's his second, 6th on the team. And Drew's going to be checking out here in a moment, as the 6'4" sophomore Colton Holliday will replace him. And, you know, Colton gives you some different things that maybe Southeast isn't really expecting from the Railers on the offensive end.
Well, and I think we talked with Coach Allen. I think Colton might have came in the last time we played Southeast and was a difference maker on the boards.
Fairley lays it up over.
Yeah, easy. Too easy to Travion Williams in the middle. And when you can get your point guard and probably the best overall player on Southeast team, when you can get him in the middle, he's a senior. He's gone through the war. You know, he knows where to pass the ball against this 1-2-2. He's been able to hit Fairley underneath for a couple easy ones. But you talk about Holliday, he's one of our better athletes on the sophomore and the varsity team. He's one of those guys that's a quick jumper that can get up quick and get the rebounds.
Hullinger in the corner, 3 on the way. That's off, no good. Rebound tracked down by the Spartans. Spartans up 19-17. Murdochs will go in, throw it up off the rim. Bumped by Holliday. Murdochs will go to the line, shooting 2 as Holliday picks up his first. Two minutes to go in the first half. We thank you for joining us here from Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. Murdochs. First free throw on the way is up and good.
Murdoch's just a sophomore. Wears the number 4, 5'8", and a guard. So I think Coach talked about this a little bit last time about how Thomas kind of grooms them young and always has that, you know, that guy that's been there for starting 2 or 3, 4 years. He never has to retool or bring a new group up. Reload, I guess they would call that.
2017. Titus with the drive again. Hullinger couldn't, he did save it in bounds, but he saved it right to Johnson at the timeline. Johnson drives in. Grunder grabbed him, count the basket, and he is fouled. Strong move by Johnson as Ben picks up his second. And quickly, it went from a chance to maybe take the lead to now Southeast on the free throw. Missed the free throw, and Fairley's going to get whistled for the foul. Rebounding foul, I believe, is going to be on Fairley. That'll be his second.
Yep, bonus
Seventh
time.
team foul. So now Lincoln's shooting free throws. And Fairley's going to probably have to head to the bench with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, as he goes now, 41 checks in Robert Hayes, 6'4", and a junior forward. We'll replace Fairley with 2 fouls as Bowers will head to the free throw line. Some big free throws here. 1:37 left before half.
Isaiah 1 and bonus free throw on the way is up and good. 22-18. Second one good. Isaiah with 6. And the Railers have cut it back to a single possession at 22-19.
Yeah, need another stop here, Jeff.
Murdoch. Zach Morris into the contest for the Railers.
Won't take it.
Goes right through the hands of Stephion Sims, a 5'11" sophomore. So on the floor for the Railers, you've got Bowers, Cannon, Morris, Hullinger, and Holiday. And you got to believe if you're Coach Alexander, you probably didn't think you'd have this 5 out there at any point during the game, but you do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got foul trouble on the bench with Kirby and Bacon, and you've got to, guys got to step up. They got to be ready.
Bowers on the right wing. Isaiah's going to take it strong off the glass, and it rolled off again. Holiday with the big rebound, and I think Colton's going to be whistled for traveling as Colton grabbed it and took it to the floor. But you see that athletic ability with Colton coming in for the rebound. But again, those shots from 4 feet and in, we just got to get them.
Yeah, those are the layups. Isaiah's had a couple of those, and one really open, uncontested, and that one was contested with not a very good angle on the bankboard to hit the square. And that's what caused a little bit of it. He's been a little timid sometimes about worried about getting his shot blocked. He's not tall. He can jump in there. That's travel.
45 seconds left in the first half. Southeast, the basketball, maybe holding for 1 as they lead 22-19. Murdoch is going to drive the left side of the lane. Now reverse back out. Williams over to Sims.
Murdoch looks pretty cool and calm for a sophomore, doesn't he? Just handles the ball well, doesn't get himself in trouble. You're going to hear him and Fairley for, well, we'll hear about him.
Oh, stolen away by Isaiah. Isaiah's going to go in with the finger roll is good.
Yep, you just hold the ball too long, and that's part of Southeast. It's hard to hold the ball on anybody for more than 40-some seconds, and they couldn't do it. Bauer steps through with a great steal.
Murdoch fires a long one with a lot of time on the clock. Tipped around. Walton turns, fires it up, back of the rim. No! And our first half ends with the Railers down just 1. We are at halftime. It is Southeast 22, Lincoln 21. We'll be back with the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center halftime show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.